Again, I think you got to give Colgate credit. They had opportunity to make some plays and make some shots, and they made the plays they needed to do to win the game. We didn't execute very well at either end, I didn't think, the way we're capable of, for whatever reason. We've got to go back and figure out what we did and how I tried to teach it and install the game plan over the last few days so that we can hopefully move forward and find a way to win on Wednesday. Our game plan, basically every game, is to have balance. We've got guys that can score in the post. We've got guys that can shoot the ball. We've got guys that can drive it. So we want to make sure that we have balance. And the way it was presented early on in the game, we were able to get it in there. I think there were times later in the game we had a chance to get it in there as well. And we missed some plays and had a chance and didn't do it. So it was just the way the game presented. We've had games where a few weeks ago, I think we hit 12 threes in the first half. In the second half, we came out and 12 of our first 15 points were in the paint. It just depends on how we're being played. They did what they do. They spread the floor. They were able to get their shooters shots where they were comfortable, and they knocked those down. I mean, I don't know if they did anything special other than make the plays that were available to them. They played well. I mean, they did what they needed to do. They got their guys the ball where they wanted to shoot the ball, and they made them. I don't think there's any question they're more open than there should have been. We said going in, and we said it for a few games, threes kill. With the teams we've been playing, threes kill, twos hurt, and we gave up 13 threes. I don't think in the last 3 or 4 games, if you combine, we gave up 13 threes. Give them credit. You got to give Colgate credit for they spread the floor and they got the guys the ball where they needed to, and we didn't do a good enough job defending them. Well, I mean, we're certainly disappointed, but whether we won or lost tonight, there was going to be a long way to go. You're only 6 games in. I'm pretty sure you play 18 of them before you even get to the tournament, and you got to win 3 in the tournament. So we got a long way to go. I don't like the way the game ended up. I think in some ways we took a step back because we didn't contain. We didn't do things, especially, there were times we were really good defensively tonight, but there weren't enough of them. And I think they scored 12 points in the first 8 or 9 minutes and ended up scoring 50-some in the second. I didn't even look. Yeah, they scored 52 in the second half, and I want to say they probably scored 75 in the last 30 minutes of the game. It's hard to win a game that way. And then you combine it with some of the layups we missed, some of the careless turnovers we had. It was a recipe to get beat. And you got to give them credit. They made the plays, and we didn't. They were the better team today.
First of all, for our program to get to where we're trying to go, and this is year 5 now, it's a big deal every time we get a chance to play Bucknell, because I think that they are the flagship program in our league. They've had fantastic success over a long time, to include a number of great players and a number of great coaches. So when we were at shoot-around today, we talked a little bit about, we have a lot of new players on our team from last year, the team that was able to win here and beat Bucknell at home, although finished second to them in the regular season. And I said there's a couple things that are new to the building. And our returning guys said, yeah, the banners. They noticed the championship, regular season championship banner and the NIT banner. And that's what our program is striving to do, is to put ourselves in that position. So while it's a new team, and Bucknell plays a lot different than they did last year. We played Coach Paulson the first game in the season, and it was almost like we were playing Bucknell, and now it's like we're playing some other team. But it's still Bucknell, and they still were in the league for our league and undefeated and had been playing very, very well. So it's a big deal for us to be able to win here on the road and put ourselves in good position again for the next week. And that's all what we're trying to do, is take it one step at a time. But I couldn't be prouder of my team. Every single guy has been working their tail off. Over this break, we've gotten immensely better. I believe that our young guys, both our freshmen and our sophomore class, which includes 2 transfers, have really grown into good players. And obviously Rivard, 23 points, and Swapshire, 17 points. I thought we took, again, what the defense gives us, and we stepped up and made some timely shots and got some really tough loose balls with a small lineup out there. Yeah, to be honest, I thought we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times on that run. Like, we made a field goal, and then we relaxed a little bit. The film will show whether we were celebrating or not, but they run it right down, and Frazier gets to the basket and gets himself a chance for a 3-point play. Mm-hmm. Or we get a stop, and we have a miscommunication, and we let I think it was Brown get to his right hand for a 3-point play, or we let Haas, who's a fantastic player, get to his left hand, which he's really good at, and get a 3-point play. So I think we were shooting ourselves in the foot by putting them on the foul line, in addition to giving them some things they want, and then we missed a couple easy. Rivard had one at the basket that he didn't make, and it led to a run out down the other end for them. For a young team, for an old team, for I think any team, 3-on-1s in the guts of a game is difficult. But again, I credit our guys and their resolve for moving on to the next play. It's something that we talk about often, and finding a way to battle back and get it done. Yeah, I think that, I would say that both teams are really well coached, both Bucknell teams I'm talking about. They're just different styles, and Coach Paulson it's a slower brand of basketball, a more sure brand of basketball, and they play mostly every possession man-to-man defense, and are going to get the guys in the spots to take the shots and kind of control the tempo on the offensive end. Coach Davis they're playing up tempo. I mean, they're one of the fastest tempo teams in the league. So they are reading and reacting and moving the ball and flying around a lot more than maybe the previous Bucknell teams. And then they play a matchup zone on defense, which is totally different than what Coach Paulson played. But they play way faster than we do. So while I think they're reading the defense and playing both inside and out, I think our tempos are that speed of which they play is an adjustment for us. And coming off the Army game, I think helped us because Army plays really fast as well. I expect my team to shoot open shots. We work like crazy on it. We recruit towards it, and I've got some guys who the numbers on the season wouldn't quite show that we're a great three-point shooting team. Last year, we were a better three-point shooting team. But I believe in watching the guys and knowing the guys that some of that is just that we're not experienced. And so as long as they continue to shoot open shots and share the basketball, then that's what we're going to do, is take what the defense gives us, because they work really hard at it. And if we get open shots, we got to step up and knock them down. I think we keep getting better, and that's what I'm most excited about. My guys were super excited after the game to find a way to scratch and claw to a victory, but I'm most excited about how good I think this group can be. We've got a really fiery guy in Austin Tillotson who's kind of been through the battles, and he knows what it takes, and he's providing good leadership. And then we got a bunch of freshmen and sophomores who just can keep getting better as players, and I've seen immense growth in the last number of months and even the last number of weeks. So I think today, probably in this environment, for the situation that the game was, as well as they've been playing and as good as their record is in the league and the types of games, probably our most significant win, and certainly the best we've closed the game that last few minutes of the game.